So can you tell me what you would say would be your greatest weakness? It's hard to think of one. Okay, take your time. Let me think of greatest weakness. Well, how about, has there ever been a time where your boss gave you feedback on something that you could improve on? I think if I had to choose one, it'd be that I work too hard on a project, that I'm too committed to the work. Yeah, I think that's my greatest weakness, is that I just work too hard. Thank you very much for your time today. I think that's about all the time we have. We continue to interview more candidates, and we'll get back to you with a decision next week. Yeah, not so much, right? Guys, I'm going to show you the proper way on how to answer the question, what is your greatest weakness? And I'm going to teach you how to do it in a way where you actually earn the respect of the hiring manager based on your answer. Guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to help you guys create a career and life that you'll be proud of. And if you guys want more career tips, strategies, and perspective from behind company lines, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. All right, when it comes to answering the question, what is your greatest weakness? The first thing I need to tell you guys is that you do not lie. That's right, do not lie. And also do not give that lame response that you don't have any weaknesses at all or you can't think of anything. It is so fake and so inauthentic, and it's such a lie that it just tears down your credibility. And that other response that I use in the example, which is essentially I work too hard or I'm too committed to the job or some sort of really good positive attribute of yours that happens to be your weakness. Again, that is so inauthentic, it's so fake, it's obviously not you, and you're just trying to give some sort of canned response that you read on the internet somewhere. Again, this is a really quick way for me to just blacklist you off the job right off the bat. So then what's left, right? What can you actually say to that question? Well, I'm going to share 2 examples, but I also want you to keep in mind that whatever you do reveal about yourself as your greatest weakness, it's important that you pick something that doesn't leave doubt or questions in the hiring manager's mind. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, let's say you tell the hiring manager that one of your greatest weaknesses is that you get bored easily. Well, it's going to plant a seed in the hiring manager's mind that maybe you're going to leave in 3 months because they don't have a promotion for you, or that this job is very transactional and you might get bored. As a result, I don't want to put you in that position and hire you, so I'm going to pass on you and look at another candidate. Or maybe you say something like, well, I'm not necessarily detail oriented, I'm more of a big picture guy. Well, that's great, but then the hiring manager is going to think, well, are you going to let a small mistake slip through the cracks? Is that going to impact the department? Is that going to make me look bad? Can I afford someone who's going to make that mistake potentially? Or maybe you end up revealing that, you know what, under a really high pressure, high stress situation, that you do get emotional. And now the manager is going to be thinking, okay, well, if we are under the gun, if there is a timeline or deadline that's looming really close, are you going to crack under pressure? Are you actually going to create a weird dynamic in the team? Are you going to cry and just leave? What's going to happen? How's it going to impact the project? Would that actually lead to a project not getting delivered on time? And as a result, I get fired. At the end of the day, what's happening is that you are revealing the truth about what your weaknesses are, but you could also be planting seeds of doubt that the hiring manager may want to pass on you and then look at another candidate, and that's obviously not something that you want to do. So what can you do? One approach that I teach is that you want to share a truthful weakness of yours, but a weakness that you've been able to actually overcome and manage. Or better yet, use an example that you can actually show that you've overcome or managed that weakness. And here are 2 examples for you. So Brian, tell me, what would you say would be your greatest weakness? Well, this isn't easy for me to say, but I will have to admit that I am an introvert. I was always a shy person growing up, but over the years, how I've overcome that is really around my martial arts experience, teaching classes, leading classes, as well as doing demonstrations, but also my sales experience that my resume can attest to, where it really forces you to get out of your comfort zone, of that introvert comfort zone, and approach people and actually sell products and force yourself to be more extroverted, if you will. I will admit, After a long day of work, I do need some time to recharge, but for the most part, I've been really good at managing this. And actually, if you look at my sales numbers, it actually reflects that. So in that example, I revealed a true weakness of mine. I am an introvert. I was shy growing up, but you can see in the way I've presented myself and the confident nature of how I did it, as well as what's on my resume, is actually going to contradict that weakness and show with proof that I actually did manage that weakness and overcome it. And here's another example for you that is also truthful, and that is another weakness of mine is that I love food. I really like going out with my family to enjoy good food. I do like to eat a lot, and I actually gained a lot of weight growing up, and even going to college I was about 240 pounds. I obviously managed to handle that, go to the gym, and really take care of myself, and I thought that this was the best way to get the best of both worlds: work out so that I can eat. So in that example, I'm sharing a personal weakness of mine, and that is overeating. At the same time, you can physically see that I have managed to address that issue. So again, it contradicts the weakness right off the bat. Hiring manager can see that I obviously took care of it, and it doesn't plant the seeds of doubt that I was talking about earlier. Now I know the hiring manager isn't done. They're gonna ask you another tricky question, and that's gonna be, tell me about yourself. And if you don't know how to answer that question, or if you want to know more about how to answer that question, definitely check out this video where I give you an entire 4-minute example, a legit example of how to answer that question, as well as all the tips and strategies behind answering that question. Guys, you'll definitely want to check out that video there. And if you have a question that you want me to answer in a future video, leave it in the comment section down below and I'll get to it in a future video. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.